And we're in. And welcome back to Sonic Frontiers. The quote-unquote finale to Sonic Frontiers was last episode, and today's episode, I'm giving a review. So Orbo, you can sit there, but just be quiet this time. I'm giving a review. So, Sonic Frontiers. I'm going to give it two reviews. One as an individual game, and then one as a Sonic game. So, as an actual game, I give it a solid 7. I was fighting between 6 and 7, and the reason I landed on 7 was, well, for one, my ranking is 1, 2, 3, it's bad, 4, 5, 6 is medium, 7, 8, 9 is good, and no game will ever get a 10. So I'm giving it a solid 7, simply because, well, the gameplay is fun. I wanted to keep playing it. The more I played it, the more I wanted to. It was fun exploring the levels. It was fun collecting all the memory tokens because they had unique platforming challenges, and after I figured out how you find the little secret platform areas to get memory tokens, it was fun saying like, the memory token's here, so I gotta travel, a certain amount of distance that way, and there it is. It was also fun breaking the puzzles whenever I had a chance. The upgrade system was a little weird. To have a Sonic game where it's like upgrade your strength, speed, brain count, and defense, it fell off. But it would have been better served in an RPG. I appreciate what they tried. The problem was, it was just way too easy to max out. This game even has a new game plus so you can max out, but that's not really an issue. You get enough seed for defeating enemies and bosses, and then when you finish, you can buy seed from there, and just catching one of each fish, which I'm sure everybody does, lets you buy every memo token, lets you buy enough cocos to max out, enough seeds to max out, and everything to max out, before you even get halfway through the game. And that just didn't feel right. I felt like by the end of the game I should have been 60, maybe 70, in terms of all my stats and how to do New Game Plus to max out, but I maxed out like halfway through the game. And that was just me 100%ing it. Most of the time when you 100%, you'll be a little bit farther than you're supposed to be, but not so much you one-shot a boss. The movement was good, a little awkward at times because of terrain. The fishing mechanic was fun, nice little Easter egg to Sonic Adventure 1. And the combat system was actually fun. Wish the skill tree was better because, once again, I beat the first stage, or first world 100%, and I pretty much maxed out my skills. There was nowhere really to go. It would have been nice when you could upgrade the damage of them again and again with all the points, but I don't know, it just felt like it needed a little bit of adjusting. The overworld boss fights were fun, gave you something to do. The boss fights were epic. I mean, the music plus the boss fight, forget about it. That's what Sonic's all about, and the fact that the first 3 bosses were all like that, simply phenomenal. And I'm guessing that's why New Game Plus is a thing. So you can go fight them over and over all you want. I still have dedicated save files to go fight those bosses, the first 3, because they're perfect. Final boss needing to be on hard difficulty in order to get the full fight, and even then it's just a monologue plus the minigame. Could have been better. Could have been better. But overall, it was a great game. I do not regret playing it. I'll probably replay it in the future, mostly the boss fights, but every now and then for the story. So I'm giving it a solid 7. Maybe 7.5. So somewhere between 7 and 7.5 for Sonic Frontiers. Now, when you compare it to previous Sonic games, that's a pretty big step up. If you know, you know. Now, that's it as a game. A solid 7, 7.5, maybe 8 on a good day. Because let me just say, the boss fights were peak gaming. Music, epicness, I love it. Now, I can't critique it without giving suggestions. Besides, leveling up the stats differently. What I would have done, simply put, the final fight, Sage controlling the final Titan, and you as Hypersonic. Now hear me out. You fought all the bosses as Supersonic, so when the final boss is, you're still Supersonic, what's the point? Now if you build it up to, oh well that's how powerful this final boss is, all the regular bosses needed Supersonic, but all other games needed for a final boss, this final boss needed Hypersonic, that's how powerful it is. That would have been a better fight. You swapping between Sage, damaging and creating an opening, you going in there obliterating his hypersonic, I think it would have been a lot better. So yeah, between 7 and 8, that's my verdict. Between 7 and 8, so we'll give it a 7.5. Now that's just as a game. As a Sonic game, I'm giving it a 6.5. Now, here's my condition. This can go up, depending on one variable. The next Sonic game. Now, what do I mean? Well, simply put, there's a lot of good things. Going back and acknowledging the fact that Tails was standing on his own, and then for some reason wasn't, game design, whatever. So to have him go back and be like, okay, time to stand on my own again. Great, I love that. I love that Sonic referred to Tails as little bro. Love that. Amy wasn't, a borderline yandere in this. If you know, you know. If you don't, basically she was just, they made her too obsessive with Sonic, I want to say that. So that was toned down nicely. Her wanting to go off on her own adventure, just, also really good. A lot of nice maturing tones. Even Sonic in this was a bit mature, which, hey, the franchise has been around for a while. And Sonic has always been a little bit of a mature franchise. So those parts I liked. The introduction of Sage. I don't have a problem with it, because Sonic has a ridiculous amount of characters, yet they all still fit in the story, just gotta use them right. I mean, Sonic or Shadow's still a thing, and people love him, but he's not in every game. So, introducing a new character, I don't mind. Plus, it humanizes Dr. Eggman a little bit. I'll give it to it. I like Sage as a character. See how her story progresses going forward, giving her a good morale to contrast Eggman's evil. Really cool. Eggman being in the game, why was he here? Except to introduce Sage. It's not like he caused the islands to appear, it's not like he unleashed the evil. It's just like he was there, and he was only there because Sage. Now, this is where I get to the good and the bad. The callbacks. I love some of the callbacks. Some of them are really good, some of them acknowledge characters that I believe only exist in the comics, which is really cool. But the problem is, well, for instance, at the end of the game, Amy mentioned Styx. And I'm pretty sure Styx is a character only in Sonic Boom, which is a completely separate universe, never encountered in this Sonic universe. So how would she know Styx? So it's just like, yeah, on the one hand, it's cool having these callbacks to previous games, actually acknowledging previous games. But also they acknowledge some of the bad games, Sonic Forces. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. And then they make references to, like I said, comic book characters. Really cool, but now the question is, what is the state of Sonic canon? In this game, everything Sonic apparently is canon, even the stuff that is in a separate universe. So, yeah, didn't really care for that. Some of them were cool references, some of them were finally acknowledgements of previous games. Although I can't help but notice they never mentioned Sonic Adventure 1 unless I missed it. No Tikal and no Chaos. Or even, was it Omega? Gamma. It was Gamma in Adventure 1. No references to that. Not even like a reference to Metal Sonic, I think. Again, it might have been there when I missed it, whatever. Now for the bad parts. The Chaos Emeralds do not come from space, they were created by the god of Chaos, Chaos. The aliens do not look like Chaos and they're not his descendants. Chaos is a literal god. So, no. Them being aliens, I don't like it, but whatever. But them being the ones with the Chaos Emeralds and them looking like Chaos, no. Absolutely no, I do not like that, don't acknowledge that going forward. And plus it makes no sense with the Master Emerald being on Earth. Just don't. That was bad, I do not like it. I appreciate the fact that you tried, but no. Don't do that. Don't do it again. Don't. Chaos is the god of Chaos, and he created the 7 Chaos Emeralds. And the Master Emerald. And if I'm wrong about that, feel free to correct me from Sonic Adventure 1, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. But they do not come from space. And Chaos is not an alien. I mean, think about it, when Chaos was exposed to the Chaos Emerald, he became a giant water dragon of destruction. They are the Chaos Emerald and they use it to fuel a machine. Chaos is not the aliens are not Chaos. That's not it. Okay, now moving forward, the reason why I said this game is like a 6, 6.5, but it could be higher, is because going forward, if this is the new direction they're taking Sonic, him having the attacks he has, the ability he has, shooting out the wind blades, doing cyclone attacks, cool. Evolve on that. Don't regress it, otherwise you're gonna ask what happened to it. The callbacks. This is your opportunity to do some soft retcons. Keep Sonic Forces as a thing, but maybe not make it as big of a deal, and rework Infinite's story. That's how you do a soft retcon, people will be thankful for it. I would say take the time to remove the wisps, but I think people like them and they're a stable point in the racing game, so whatever. I don't like colors. As a Sonic game, as a platformer, it's alright. Not getting into that. I can get into that when I play Sonic Colors eventually. The fact that they mentioned Dark Gaia... Again, that's one of those things where... I like the way the Werehog looked, but just... Why did it have stretchy arms, and... I think that Sonic Unleashed would have been perfect to introduce Dark Sonic into the video game canon, instead of Werehog. Because they even make him like evil, he was just a Werehog. Now, having him absorb negative Chaos Emeralds, becoming Dark Sonic and fighting with that, would have been better, so soft retcon there. You know, you just take the alien part out of it, just say, Sage was a thing, this was another ancient people, forget the alien, forget the Chaos Emerald part. Now, the mentioning of other characters, you have to do a little bit more referencing as to why they haven't been in the main game, but I'm okay with bringing more characters into the Sonic franchise, I really am. And in case any of you are wondering, Sonic game canon is technically the true canon. The two comic book lines, which I believe are Archie and IDW, are separate. The video game is actually true canon. So if you want to bring in, comic book characters people love, bring back villains, redo villains, now's the perfect time to do it, but you gotta do it right. For instance, I would love Chaos to come back in some way, shape, or form. Even just as a, we need help with this, I don't know, just acknowledge him. I say that because I love Chaos, and he's the god of the Sonic world. Come on. Even just make a joke of, oh sweet Chaos, instead of oh sweet Lord. Make a funny reference like that. And of course, going forward, it would be cool if you brought back Tails Walker from Sonic Adventure 2. Because that was when Tails first started to step out on his own and become his own hero. You're doing that again, make him more relevant, give him back his Walker biplane transformation. That was perfect, that was great, do it. Amy being still in love with Sonic but maybe not crazy about it, also good. Knuckles going back on his treasure hunts, perfect. I'm just saying, now's the perfect time that if you continue this canon, this mood, this tone, this game can go up to a 7 or 8 over the next several years of Sonic releases. The next Sonic game comes out, if let's say, okay, here's a joke, let's say Sonic Adventure or Sonic Heroes 2. Amy's team is now Amy, Cream, and Styx. And then in that they acknowledge that, Styx's new story. Perfect way to bring her back in, nobody's gonna be upset. Tails back in his Walker, you can say he went back to his hangar when he was on his soul-searching journey, remembered his time at Sonic Adventure 2, and that reawakened something with him, and now he's back to being an actual character in the story. Knuckles is just being Knuckles, just don't make him into Sonic Boom Knuckles. Do, small retcons, be cut through this game, and I think this game could end up being like a solid 8. But only time will tell with the next Sonic game. And honestly, as a Sonic fan, this was a great relief. I mean, Sonic games haven't been good for a long time, but I'm still a huge fan and I always will be. In fact, I'm getting Sonic Racing Crossroad Day 1 plus DLC, so I'll be playing that game on my channel thoroughly. So look forward to that in September. But yeah, overall, Sonic Frontiers was a really good game. Now, from what I understand, this game wasn't very good at release, and a lot of updates helped it, so props to them. Music was great, boss fights were great, last one could have been better, gameplay was solid, you advanced too early though, so rebalancing would have been nice. Fishing was fun. Story elements were there, but I guess what really matters is the next game. The next game could really make this game really good, or just average. But this would never be a bad Sonic game. So overall, Sonic Frontiers as a Sonic game, a 6, 6.5. But depending on how the next ones go, could bump it up. If this is the new direction Sonic's going, and it's finally going good, listening to the fans giving us what we want, then this is going to turn to like an 8. As a game, just standalone game, solid 7.5. So thank you all for watching. This has been Sonic Frontiers. We're not technically done yet. We have a sub-story we're going to play through, but yeah, I love this game. I really do. And I hope you enjoyed it. Well, I guess time for a secret story. I wonder what it has, because it said to do the story mode first. Alternate ending, maybe? Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed gaming. This has been The Mechanist, logging off. Until next time.